In this training, I want to share with you the difference between assets and liabilities, because many people aren't clear in terms of what is a liability and what is an asset, and they're buying more liabilities thinking that they're a real asset. What the heck I'm on about is going to become clearer in the next couple of minutes. Now, it's not difficult to buy a residential property, and the big mistake that many people make is to buy a residential property to live in. Now, an accountant may tell you that that's an asset for you, and they're not wrong over a very long period of time, because the market will help you and assist you, and that becomes an asset. However, as you are starting as professionals and you're a professional property investor, you now understand that there is a difference between assets and liabilities. Well, if you didn't understand, I want to explain right now. So what's an asset and what's a liability as a professional property investor? Well, clearly the way we work this out is that assets put money in your pocket, liabilities take money out of your pocket. If you can use this simple methodology in everything across the board, you will find that you can differentiate between liabilities and real assets. So let's take a car. So if somebody has a car which they're using for themselves, however, it's not bringing in any profits and it's not bringing in any income, well then actually as a professional property investor, that in a reality check is a liability. However, if let's say somebody was to hire that car, so if you hire that car out and you're renting it and you're getting income in, well then actually that same vehicle, that same car now becomes an asset. So let's think about property. You live in a home, you know somebody that lives in a property that they own and they've got a mortgage on it. Well, is it actually putting money in their pocket? Are they actually creating any income from that? Well, the truth is, no, they're not. And if they're not, well, actually in the definition, as I'm explaining, that really becomes a liability. Now, I know you've got to live somewhere, but that's not my point. My point is, you want to buy properties that are assets for you. So this is where the investments come in. So every property that we buy at Premier, every single one, we make sure that it cash flows. And we will be discussing cash flow in another one of these trainings. You know, there's 31 of these. So cash flow becomes really important. Equity also becomes really important. Creating capital gains becomes really important. Now, if your property isn't creating any income or profits, well then really, in real terms, it's a liability. And if your property is creating income or profits, well then that's an asset. So how do you make property an asset? Well, there's two ways. You can either be trading, so that's some form of buying and selling. Or you can be investing, having an investment strategy where you have regular income coming in on a monthly basis. So really, there's two ways that you can do this. Under the umbrella of these trading or investment strategies, there are many other property strategies that you can apply. And we will discuss these on one of these trainings that's coming up. Time for action, time for a reality check. So between now and your next training, what I would suggest is note down 5 of your liabilities. Remember, these are items and things, might even be properties, that are actually taking money out of your pocket and not putting anything in. Also, note down 5 assets that you have. So these are items or maybe property that bring in profits and or bring in income for you. Note this down and you'll get a real reality check. Now, if you're finding that the reality check is that you have more liabilities than you have assets, well, of course, it's time to do something about it. Today we discussed assets and liabilities, and we discussed a real reality check. You've got actions as well. Now, please keep in mind that we're successful property investors and developers foremost. And because of this, I'm sharing with you the insights on what actually works right now in real life. And I don't want you to miss out on anything. Now, if you haven't subscribed to our channel, well then you may miss out on some of the information that I'm going to be sharing. And these 31 modules are all in order for you to get started in property. And to assist you, what I would suggest is that you subscribe to our channel right now if you haven't already. Now's the time to do this so that you get the latest notifications, you get the latest training, and you can start in property. It's Cam Devedi helping you take your property investing to the next level.